Good afternoon, friends and traders. Welcome to the Market Recap. I am Dan Hodgman. It is Wednesday, April 21st. I hope you guys all had a great day. I am back at the home studio here. We have our charts today. I'm really excited, too, because there are some things I wanted to show yesterday. Unfortunately, with being in the office, I didn't have everything set up, so I couldn't show the charts. But today we're going to show them. And again, this is the recap. We're looking back, seeing where some opportunities could have been or things we could do to take advantage of some market moves. And I want to show a couple that we saw yesterday, a couple today, really some good opportunities out there. And the best part about this is they're simple levels, simple areas, simple techniques that we're talking about each and every day. There's tons of opportunity out there. And if we can consistently look at the markets the same way, we can start to recognize that these same things that we're talking about day in and day out tend to present opportunity. So we're going to take a look at that here today. Stocks get their pop. They've been looking for it. Crude oil down a little bit. Rallied off the open, broke right back down to overnight low, right at that $61 mark. S&P 500 just back off to the races here. Same with the NASDAQ. NASDAQ moving to the upwards direction as well. Gold, we got the pop off the open, and then it stalled out. We've been seeing that here a lot lately. We're seeing these fast, abrupt, quick moves right on the opens, and we're stalling out. Same thing went for the euro. That one took a little bit later. Finally took off around 9 o'clock this morning. Rallied right up to settlement price. Great opportunity there. We're going to take a look at that here shortly in a minute as well. And then the 10-year note, we saw yields were relatively flat. I think it's down, 0.03 today. So 0.003. I mean, it's down drastically, or pretty drastically flat. Excuse me, not down. Absolutely flat. So you saw 10-year note pretty much bounce off a settlement price a couple times. Looks like we're going to end the day here completely unchanged. Obviously, we got to wait until settlements post. So those are a couple things that we had going on here today. Open this back up here. So let's go ahead and take a look at our charts here, see where some of these opportunities were, and let's go from there. All right, and I do want to say hello to everyone. Felix, Tanya, Lemur, level 2, finished today, plus 10 points. Nice. All right, let's go ahead and start here with crude oil. So on Monday, I drew this bigger profile. We started to notice this market was in a nice little range. When we start to utilize volume profile, value areas, points of control, it starts to show pretty darn good opportunity. So really what I wanted to bring up here was prior to the move, right, where a lot of times we're looking at this in hindsight. Yesterday we had that big, huge break in the crude oil market. Prior to that move, if we were utilizing this volume profile here, we started to recognize market was getting held up a little bit here at the value area high of that section that we highlighted. Again, that was that range that the market had been trading in. That's the selection that we chose. We held up at value area. Once we accepted back in, either A, you're looking for opportunity at value area, or B, you're looking for opportunity at that point of control. Now, the question is, am I looking for this thing to bounce, or am I looking for it to break? Well, those are things that you're going to have to determine as the market approaches. We had started to see this market rotating back over, rotating back inside value area. I'm personally looking for that to extend to the lower side of that value. Well, the market did not just that, but the break really extended lower after the number. Excuse me, not the number. Numbers today. It usually extended drastically lower, all the way down to just shy of $61. We made it to $61.50. So if you're utilizing these volume profiles, if you're looking at them in a consistent lens, and yes, you can select different times to use value area for sure. Here every day in the forecast and recap, we're just showing regular trading hours. We got to kind of take a look at what happened here today. But as you get more comfortable using these value areas, you can use it to select higher time frames. That's something I personally do quite a bit. I want to see what the market's been doing over a longer period of time. That's going to help me define some levels with a little bit more conviction. Again, remember, the more time we use value area, that means more prices are trading at those points of control within that 70% range. So those are really some things to be keeping an eye on and thinking about as these markets. And for me, it really comes down to doing something like this when it's in a range to help define those extremes. Simplify your trading. That's the key here, in my opinion. Simplify everything. Now, S&P 500 opened up this morning. There was no slowing down. Blew through settlement price, blew through yesterday's value area low, all the way up to Monday's point of control and continued to overnight high, almost to Monday's opening range. Big up day move here. No news is good news. Earnings today, just looking at our earnings. Earnings today, most across the board, looking pretty darn good. We still have a ton of earnings coming in here tomorrow and throughout the rest of the week too, so make note of that. Next, let's go ahead and look at the NASDAQ. Just like S&P 500, NASDAQ had a great positive day here, which is what it needed. Market opened up, just like S&P's, rallied right up to settlement price. Now, here's something that I'm noticing a lot with the NASDAQ. Settlement price. As we look at this, again, settlement price here is 13,794 quarter. 13,794 quarter. Question is, this market is all of a sudden moving through pretty strong. So we're saying, okay, we rolled over. We've held up above here for about 45 minutes. Starting to show some acceptance up above settlement price. Now's an opportunity to look for long, and then it broke. And it broke almost 300 points. 200 points from settlement price down. This is where this market is getting really difficult. So, utilizing things such as these moving averages. Again, just so you guys have a note, we came right down to, we've got the 20 SMA, which is our red, and our 20 EMA right here, which is our green. And that's where we can start to say, okay, if we hold up above this, maybe we're starting to create some acceptance. So we're holding that acceptance, so I can look for that opportunity to say that settlement price was an accepted level. Let's continue to move through there. This market is extremely elastic right now. Levels are massive ranges, and you got to be prepared for that. You got to be thinking about that. So this market took off. We rallied right to yesterday's opening high. So good opportunity there. All right, next, the gold market. And like we said, gold this morning opened up. Equities opened up. We got the fast pop, and from there, really not a lot to say. Tight trading here. If you're finding some opportunity, to me, it's waiting for those pullbacks to try and get out on a little bit of an uptick, to see some light on these pullbacks. As we notice, the market really found some support. I wouldn't even say right here at value area low today of 1790. I looked a little bit higher up at 91.5. Again, what's 15 ticks? Not huge. But again, when you get into these tighter ranges, those are things you want to be thinking about. You want to tighten things up, figure out where those ranges are that you're finding more opportunity. And that's really what this market showed here today. Good opportunity between that 1790, 1791. Great opportunities here to catch a couple buys. And again, you're not looking for huge up moves. Maybe you're going to get $1. Maybe you're going to get $2. But you can't come in expecting the massive another big massive move after we had another day like this. Key is to start to recognize when that momentum is starting to run low. All right, next let's go ahead and look at the euro. Just like the S&P 500, or excuse me, crude gold, euro opened up, and here's what I liked. Here was great opportunity. Market opened up, and after the equity opened, we came and checked overnight low to the tick. How often am I telling you to look for opportunity at overnight highs and lows? Great chances to go ahead and find a cheap opportunity. I'm looking at this here, and the first instinct is, man, I can get in to the long side. Extremely cheap here, and I have a great target up above of settlement price. 120.44 even. 120.44 even is our settlement price. I've got a great target there. This is a setup like I dream of. These are opportunities that I'm looking for constantly in these markets. If I can see that overnight low get checked and I have settlement up above, I'm really excited to find some opportunity. I can get in this extremely cheap with great reward to the upside. And these are opportunities that really pad those bank accounts for us. All right, next, let's go ahead and look at the 10-year note. Like we said, yields are pretty quiet here today. But again, our 200 SMA, again, because this is not a huge directional market, I've opened up the sessions that I'm looking at. This is the 200 session moving average. And here we go. Market opened up. We kind of moved through settlement price, which is pretty rare for this market to get elastic and move through a price. We came and checked yesterday's swing high, and this is where a great opportunity is. Where am I looking for targets down below? Well, it's hard to say I want to pick up 3 or 4 ticks and run this thing to settlement price, but I do have some targets down below that we can look at. We have yesterday's value area low, prime location, and I love this. Yesterday's value area low is approaching with that 200 SMA, so some great targets down below. To me, that was the trade of the day. You can get on this with relatively cheap risk and a decent sized reward, and you can really extend that. So we came down to yesterday's value area and moving averages, 2 things that we love to talk about and love to take a look at. So I'm pretty excited about this. All right, guys. Those are just some good opportunities across the board here today. I hope you guys all had a great day. We are starting to roll into the end of the week. We made it through hump day. Thursday, Friday ahead of us. Like we said, tomorrow's going to be a little bit heavier on the economic release calendar, mostly when it comes to treasuries and some announcements there. So keep your eyes peeled. Murph, Dan, what's going on with Coach T? John said in the market forecast. We'll see it today. Just logged into my dashboard. It's not there. Murph, just be patient. It should be coming out soon. And watch your emails tomorrow morning. Everything should be there. Also, it's dependent on the combine that you're in. Swing accounts, I don't believe, have it. Neither does Forex. So it's just going to be futures, standard trading combines. So should be coming momentarily, and information on that all comes out tomorrow morning. So watch your emails for that. All right. So we touched on news. Bonds, like I said, rates are down 0.06 in the 10-year, 0.008 in the 30-year. Our GameStops continue to dip a little bit. Not huge, but we're down to $158 today. But we had a nice pop. We rallied. We opened up right about 159. We rallied up to 173. And our low of the day was 152. We bounced off of 152 right up to 173. Good opportunity. Great chances there if you're day trading stocks. Speaking of stocks, Tesla continues its little grind. We're up to $744 a share. Next, let's talk about our Bitcoin. Boy, has that been a volatile one, and I think it's just going to continue to lead to some volatility. Bitcoin trading right now $55,150. So we got some good money on that one. On our other one, which is not been doing too well. We're starting to lose a little bit more. Airbnb down to $167, but we still got $19 in that one. So still good returns. Remember, we were up, I think our high was up there. We were up about 100 and, let's see here. February 11th was our high at about $216. So we've given a little bit of back. What do we want to do? Well, we think risk management, our approach into this was, hey, we're going to last on the year. So I'm good with that. And you guys let me know. All right, tomorrow, jobless claims, 7:30 a.m. Central Time. So is the Chicago Fed. Existing home sales, 9 a.m. Central Time. And then natural gas, 9:30 a.m. Central Time tomorrow. And then just a bunch of announcements and auctions coming out towards the tail end of the day. None of them are major, but we do have the Fed balance sheet tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Central Time. So you're going to see 3-month, 6-month, 2-year, 2-year, 5-year, 7-year, 4-week, 8-week, 5-year. Nothing huge tomorrow other than that jobless claims number. So keep an eye on that one. All right, next we've got earnings. Let's touch on that stuff really quick. So today, like I said, a lot of them looking really well. Netflix has just been the big winner here as of late. Looking into tomorrow. Tomorrow we got some big names coming through. Intel, AT&T, Union Pacific. The Dow's going to be tomorrow. Southwest, you got a couple airlines coming in tomorrow as well. You got Southwest Airlines, American Airlines. We saw what happened with United. They've been hurting a little bit, but kind of expected to, right? We haven't fully gotten back to normal here. So questions around that, are they going to take the hit, or is American Airlines kind of front running this thing and saying, hey, we're going to hold this stock up because we're announcing that we're hiring more pilots because we're seeing a pop in fall travel. It'll be an interesting one, so let's keep an eye on that one. And those are the majority, or those are some of the big ones that are coming out tomorrow. Lastly, this date in history. Music icon on this date in 2016, we lost Prince at the young age of 57. We've got this one, pretty crazy, 753 BC, Rome was founded. It's pretty wild that we can go back that far and put a specific date to it. That one's pretty interesting. And I think I had one more. This one, yeah, it's wild. 1967, GM celebrated their 100 millionth U.S. car made. On that note, guys, I'm going to sign on out of here. I hope you've all had a great day. John will be back tomorrow morning. Oh, we got some stuff in here. You the man. Oh, thanks, Murph. Tanya's out. Bill, good to see you. Netflix, they're expanding their studios in your city. Awesome. That's exciting. All right, guys, I'm going to sign on out of here. Hogan will be back tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Central Time with the market forecast. Until then, stay safe, wash your hands, trade smart, and trade well. I look forward to seeing you guys in the markets. Take care, everybody.